Over the years on this channel, and even more recently, like just the other day, I have uploaded videos showing what would happen if you transmit on your radio with a high SWR or even with no antenna at all. And those videos were all a bit boring. No fires, no explosions, not even any injuries. So in this video, I'm going to spice things up a notch. I'm going to plop some sour cream on this taco and call it a supreme. I am going to supersize it by answering the age-old question of what will happen if you transmit into a dead short. For all of you normal people watching that aren't radio dorks, that means what if I transmitted from a two-way radio when the positive and the negative of the antenna were directly connected. But first, let me be clear, I am not recommending that you do what I am about to do, nor am I claiming or insinuating that anything I am about to do is a good idea in any way. I am also not claiming to teach you anything in this video at all. Basically, this is just an excuse to break something for your entertainment. This is my Motorola XTS 5000 combination analog and digital radio. When new, the price for this radio was about 5,000 monies, and today a refurbished one with a warranty will cost you around 700 monies. This radio transmits on GMRS hams radios and business frequencies. It does trunking, digital P25, encryption, text messages, and an entire buttload of other stuff. This radio is by far the most powerful and most versatile radio that I own. And for this test, I'm going to put it way out of reach on the other side of the room where it's safe. This is a TID Radio TDH3. I think it cost about $30 of monies, and I got it for free a year or so ago because I'm a YouTube superstar. And today, I am going to sacrifice it for views, likes, and non-educational purposes. I picked this radio because it has a clear case, so if the innards start melting, we will all get to watch. And I even have my thermal imaging camera so we can get the predator view. So I'm going to remove the antenna, thusly, and in the antenna hole, you will see a conductor on the outside, and you will see an inside conductor. And the golden rule for these two conductors is never, never cross the streams. Because as we all know, if you were to cross the streams, one of two things will happen. Either it will cause total protonic reversal, all life stopping instantaneously and every molecule in your body exploding at the speed of light, or it will damage the radio. So for this experiment, I am going to connect this very high-tech beam crossing device of which I have constructed all by myself. As you can see, it has a center conductor wrapped around the outer conductor where I have removed the protective coating. And just to confirm to some people that the streams indeed will be crossing, I can use this high-tech continuity tester, which as you can see indicates that the beams are indeed crossing. So let's see what happens when I connect it to this radio and begin transmitting. But first, I am fully aware of what I am about to do can be dangerous, especially if the radio gets hot enough to catch the lithium-ion battery on fire. So of course, I have my fire extinguisher, as well as my ballistic-grade safety glasses, and I also went on Google AI and asked how to be safe, and it told me what other precautions I should take. So I think I have everything I need. So all I have to do now is pull the talk trigger. But first, because I do have a high degree of confidence that this radio is about to die in a horrible, agonizing death, the least I could do is pop its cherry. Okay, now let's do some science, bitches. The radio is powered on. The thermal camera is rolling. I have all the safety equipment, so let's transmit and see what happens. Okay, that was just a quick transmit. Radio still seems to be working, even though it transmitted into a dead short. Temperature didn't get too high, it didn't explode, it didn't catch on fire. So far, this is pretty boring. Let's do it again. Transmitting into a dead short. The radio is still transmitting. The radio is still transmitting. Temperature does not seem to be getting too high. Doesn't feel hot at all in any way. No flames, no explosions, nothing. The radio is warming up. I might have to put the safety gloves back on. Radio does seem to be warming up based on the thermal predator view. By the way, the radio is on high power, as you can tell by the tiny H on the screen. I would point to it with the official Not a Rubicon pointer, but my hands are very busy at the moment. Yes, the radio is warming up. Oh, I just noticed the little transmit indicator turned off. Let's see if it'll transmit again. There, it's back on. Maybe that was a thermal overload. The radio is definitely heating up. It's okay, though. I'm ready. I have my protection. Yes, the radio is warming up. Oop, stopped transmitting again. The little transmit indicator went off. As you can see by the thermal predator view, the radio is very warm. The screen does feel very hot. According to the thermal view, it's very hot. Let's try it again. I'm trying to keep my fingers and hands away from the radio so that my hands don't warm the radio up. So all of the heat is coming from inside the radio. Unfortunately, I don't have the same thermal predator view while I'm doing this that you have the luxury of having at home watching. So I can't get a good view of the temperature. Stopped transmitting again. The radio is warm, but the wire and the connector are not warm. Well, there you have it. As you can see in the thermal predator view, the radio does warm up. It is very warm to the touch. It's not hot. The radio does appear to still be working. Yeah, this has all turned out to be rather boring. Let's see if it actually still works and transmits. I've brought my good radio back into the danger zone. Let's see how it sounds. Testes, testes. 1, 2, 3, cough. So there you have it. Do not try this at home. This is a very bad idea, but transmitting into a dead short, surprisingly, to my surprise, admittedly, did nothing. On this radio, your luck may vary, but on this radio, unfortunately, nothing happened.